So you thought getting the Mafia Platinum would be a fun little trip down memory lane, a smooth ride through the 1930s, until the classic difficulty kicks you right in the teeth. I'm Pelican Plat, and I survived the nightmare so you don't have to lose your mind. Here's your 100% Platinum guide. We're doing this in one single playthrough on Classic. It's brutal, it's unfair, but we're faster. I'll show you every missable collectible, every hidden car, and that one cheat code for the race that actually works. Grab a drink, stop crying over that race, and let's get this bling. The Pelican has landed. Stage 1 is all about the climb. You start as Tommy Angelo, just a regular guy driving a cab in Lost Heaven, until destiny and a couple of mobsters crash into your life. The story follows Tommy's rise through the Salieri crime family over an entire decade. And while the main missions are linear, don't worry about the open world yet, you can explore every corner of the map later in free ride mode. Your journey officially begins with the first chapter called An Offer You Can't Refuse. This is where you'll earn your very first trophy, a chase through the night. The goal is simple: lose the cops and get Polly and Sam back to Salieri's bar in one piece. The best way to ditch the police is to look for those little triangle markers on your minimap. These are scripted chase breakers, like construction zones or narrow alleys, that will instantly block the squad cars behind you. Once the coast is clear, just drop the boys off and enjoy that first gold pop on your screen.
Wait here.
What for?
You want a little something from the Don or not?
Next up, we have the second chapter of the story called Running Man. This mission acts as your formal introduction to the driving mechanics of Lost Heaven, and it also bags you the trophy, The Back Streets of Little Italy. The first half of the mission is pretty chill, just you, your taxi, and 3 different passengers that need a ride. Think of it as a 1930s version of Uber, but with much worse suspension. Once you drop off your third customer, things go south fast. A cutscene triggers where Morello's goons decide your taxi looks better as a pile of scrap metal. After they're done being bullies, you'll find yourself on foot, and you need to sprint through the back alleys to reach the safety of Salieri's bar. Keep your head down, follow the waypoints, and once you reach the bar, the chapter ends and the trophy pops. Welcome to the family. Now that you're officially part of Salieri's crew, it's time for some payback. This chapter is called Molotov Party, and it's all about teaching Morello's guys a lesson for what they did to your taxi. But before we get to the arson, we have a perfect opportunity for a side trophy called That Motor Can Move. I didn't get the trophy now, I only got it after I finished the story, using the free ride mode, but you can get it during this mission. You'll be driving a Bolt Ace, which is basically a lawnmower on wheels, and you need to hit 50 miles per hour. The trick is to floor it right before the Giuliano Bridge. Use the downhill slope of the tunnel to gain momentum, and the trophy should pop easily. Once you reach Morello's bar, just follow Polly's lead. You'll get a quick tutorial on how to crack skulls with melee combat, and then comes the fun part. Smash the cars, toss the Molotovs, and watch the place burn. After the fireworks, lose the cops, head back to Salieri's, and you'll bag the trophy, the way this city works.
A barman Luigi is not much of a cook. But his daughter Sarah, Maron.
Being part of a crime syndicate isn't always glitz and glamour. Sometimes, it's just an ordinary routine. In this chapter, you're basically a glorified debt collector. You'll be driving Polly and Sam around town to visit various Salieri-owned businesses and collect their protection money. Everything seems quiet until you reach the Clark's Motel outside of town. Turns out, Morello's goons have already moved in, and Sam is in serious trouble inside. This is where the game stops being a driving simulator and turns into a shootout. Once you fight your way to the top floor and find Sam, a survivor will try to make a run for it with the cash. This triggers a car chase that serves as your tutorial for shooting while driving. Lean out the window, aim for the tires or the engine, and once you do enough damage, the car will crash. Walk up, reclaim the money, and you'll unlock the trophy, Gangs of Lost Heaven.
When I saw the cost, what it meant to be on the inside. I should have took off there and then. but I couldn't go back to being a nobody.
Now we've reached the infamous chapter called Fair Play. This is the make or break moment for your Platinum Trophy, and on Classic difficulty, it is an absolute nightmare. First, you're tasked with sabotaging a rival's race car. You'll have to drive it to Lucas Bertoni's garage under a strict time limit. If the cops spot you on Classic, don't even bother fighting them. Just restart the checkpoint immediately. You don't have the time to lose them. After the sabotage, drive it back carefully. Don't redline the engine or you'll fail the mission. Then, the main event. Since Salieri's driver got jumped by goons, you're the replacement.
Got a moment?
Oh. Sure, Frank.
We've got a bit of a situation.
Is the boss okay?
Oh yeah, it's nothing like that. Mikey Dunn, our driver. Some of Morello's guys roughed him up pretty good last night. Broke his arm, broke his jaw, sent him to the hospital.
Jesus.
Yeah, tough luck for Mikey. Anyway, you're going to race for him.
Wait, what? Frank, I
Tom.
don't...
It's a half hour before the starting gun goes off, so this is not a discussion. The Don wants to win, but more importantly, he wants Morello to lose. And you are our best wheelman. Otherwise, I'd be talking to someone else.
Yeah. Okay, Frank.
Good. Rafi has the car gassed and ready. Get to the track right away.
From Europe, we got the hotshot favorite, Martin Lichtenberg, taking some time out of the International Series to compete with us today. Got some news from the grid here. Lost Heaven local favorite Mikey Dunn is out. Replacing him is, Tommy Angelo. Well, I'm sure you'll all join me in wishing him good luck. They're lined up on the grid. They're ready to start. Rolls away, but there were some worried faces from the mechanics in the pit lane. Lichtenberg's in trouble. There's something up with his car. Lichtenberg.
Ah, crap! You asshole!
And go for a late break with the
Jesus! You're no good! What? Son of a bitch!
To win this on Classic, you need 3 things: patience, precision, and the RAM button. Hold down the gas before the start to rev your engine for a boost. If you're below 12th place after the first turn, or if you spin out even once, just hit left on the D-pad to restart. It's almost impossible to catch up otherwise. Remember, the game scripts 3 crashes for your rivals, 1 per lap. So even if you're in 3rd place during the final lap, you still have a chance to win when the leaders hit the wall.
Not pretty at all. With Lichtenberg no longer a contender, the front 3 are jostling for position. Up close and personal with the back leaders. This race is far from over. Mikey Dunn. This guy is a fine replacement. It's a tight pack as they fight for first. final podium places, or is it someone else's time to shine?
Ah, crap!
What a race today, folks. The driving's been incredible. Taylor, Anderson, Angelo, all still in
You're
the
kidding me!
Tommy Angelo takes the lead. Don't worry, folks. We have doctors nearby if there's any injuries. Newcomer Tommy Angelo is still out in front. They all spell victory. Tommy Angelo's in first, but will he stay there? Angelo is still out in front. Can he hold on? Some drivers really starting to stretch out ahead now. Anderson and Garcia are in second and third, waiting for a mistake from Angelo.
Once you cross that finish line first, there is the most infamous trophy of the game, Supercharged. After your heart rate settles down, you'll need to find a very drunk Polly. The game tells you to drive him home, but here is a missable tip. Ignore the objective and drive him to the brothel on the south side of Central Island instead. Granting Polly's wish is the only way to trigger the trophy, not classy, along with Neighborhood Hero. After the adrenaline of the race, the game slows down for a more personal chapter called Sarah. Luigi is worried about his daughter walking home alone at night, so he asks you to be her escort. It starts off as a nice, quiet stroll through the city, and all you have to do is stay by her side and follow her lead. Of course, this is Lost Heaven, so the peace doesn't last long. You'll eventually run into a group of thugs who decide to harass her, triggering a cutscene. This is your cue to step in and show them why you don't mess with the Salieri family. It's a straightforward melee brawl, so just use what you learned in the earlier chapters to take them all down. Once the street is clear and Sarah is safe at her door, you'll unlock the trophy, Good Night for a Walk anyways. Don't ever let it be said that Salieri doesn't look after his own. The Don is absolutely furious about the punks who messed with Sarah, so he sends you and Polly to Chinatown to make sure they never do it again. This chapter is called Better Get Used to It. First, you'll need to find Polly's informant, a guy named Biff. He'll point you toward a nearby service station where the gang hangs out. Once you and Polly arrive, the talking stops and the lead starts flying. This is a heavy shootout, so stay behind cover and clear the yard until you reach the main goon, Billy. Billy isn't exactly the brave type, so he's going to hop in a car and try to lose you. You know the drill by now. Stay on his tail, keep the pressure on, and keep driving until he eventually loses control and crashes into a pipe tower. It's a scripted ending to the chase, so just don't let him get too far away. Once his car is a wreck, the mission ends, and you'll bag the trophy. Storm cloud over Chinatown.
Go on and pop him, Tom.
It turns out Billy is harder to kill than we thought. Somehow, he survived that crash and a bullet to the head, so Salieri is sending the whole crew to finish the job at a funeral in the local church. But before the main event, Tommy has some loose ends to tie up at the nearby brothel. Your objectives are clear. Take out the manager, find the informant, and blow the whole place to high heaven. When you enter the brothel, head left into the lounge where the manager is giving a speech. There's no quiet way to do this, so just start blasting. After the room is clear, fight your way up to room 208 to find the girl. Sam asked you to spare her, so after she promises to vanish, head to the manager's office, grab the documents, and plant the bomb. Once the building goes boom, the real challenge begins. You'll have to escape across the rooftops, and on classic difficulty, the police, snipers, and officers are everywhere, so stay low and move fast. Eventually, you'll drop down into the church for the final showdown with Billy in the nave. After you finally put him in the ground, you and Sam need to lose a 5-star police heat, which is basically a death sentence if you aren't careful. Shake the cops, drive back to Salieri's, and you'll earn the trophy, Murder in the House of God. Next, we're taking a little road trip for the chapter, a trip to the country. Frank needs you to assist Polly and Sam with the whiskey shipment coming in from Canada, but as soon as you reach that farm, Tommy's gut tells him something is wrong. Turns out, he's right. Follow the marker to the first truck and open the door, only to find a dead driver and a bunch of cops waiting to ambush you. After you clear the area, you'll find Sam trapped in a barn, fighting for his life. This is a heavy defensive segment, so stay in cover, watch your flanks, and take out every officer trying to storm your position. Once Sam is safe and loaded into the truck, get ready for the infamous turret section. On classic difficulty, this part is brutal because you and the truck have very little health. Your best bet is to aim for the driver's heads with the Tommy gun to stop the chase cars quickly. Eventually, an armored police van with a turret will show up, and this is where most players get stuck. The trick is simple. When the turret is firing, you duck and reload. When it stops to reload, you pop up and empty your entire magazine into it. Once the turret is down, smash the windshield and spam those Molotovs until the van is a fireball. Survive the chaos, get Sam to safety, and you'll earn the trophy, your Canuck Cousins.
Marry me.
Okay.
Trust is a rare commodity in Lost Heaven, and Salieri just found out his oldest friend, Frank, has turned into a rat. This chapter is called Omerta, and your job is to eliminate Frank before he hands over the family account books to the feds. First, you'll need to track him down. Start at Biff's pawn shop in Chinatown, then head to the Black Cat bar to squeeze some info out of Little Tony. He'll lead you to a safe house where you'll spot Frank being escorted by a federal convoy. Tail them quietly until you realize their destination is the airport, where Frank is planning to vanish forever. Once you reach the airport, it's a war zone. You need to reach the hangar on the far side, but it's crawling with police. Pro tip, especially on Classic, you don't actually have to kill everyone here. If you're fast and use cover wisely, you can sprint past a good chunk of the gunfights to reach the objective. When you finally corner Frank, Tommy decides to follow his heart instead of his orders. Frank reveals the account books are tucked away in a bank downtown. Head there, reclaim the books, and you'll secure the family's future, along with the trophy, Rat in the House.
It's a hell of a thing.
Salieri has a new problem, a dirty prosecutor who's been bribed by Morello to take the family down. To fix this, you're teaming up with an Italian safecracker named Salvatore for a little midnight heist in the chapter, Visiting Rich People. This is a pure stealth mission. You need to break into a heavily guarded mansion on Beach Hill and steal every bit of evidence against the Dawn. Be extremely careful. If you raise the alarm or get spotted, it's game over. Keep your weapons holstered, stay in the shadows, and silently take out the guards so Salvatore can reach the entrance. Once you're inside, head to the second floor and look for the prosecutor's office. The safe is hidden behind a painting of a man smoking a cigar. Classic mobster stuff. Salvatore will do his magic, but there's a catch. He fails to disable the alarm, and every cop in Lost Heaven is about to descend on your location. Don't panic. As soon as you exit the yard, turn right immediately and head for the dirt path. The police cars usually struggle to follow you there, making it the easiest way to shake the heat. Once the coast is clear, drop Salvatore off at his home, and you'll walk away with the trophy, Blood on Beach Hill. Paulie has a new scheme to make some easy money through bootlegging, but in this city, nothing is ever truly easy. This chapter is called Great Deal, and it starts with a meeting in a multi-story parking lot to buy some high-quality Kentucky whiskey. Of course, Morello's goons show up to ruin the party, turning the deal into a vertical war zone. You'll have to fight your way down floor by floor, but here's a pro tip to keep that whiskey truck in one piece. Instead of just following the truck, run ahead of it. If you clear the path and take out the shooters before the truck even reaches them, you'll minimize the damage it takes and save yourself a lot of frustration. Once the truck finally reaches the exit, the job isn't over. You'll need to hop into a car and act as an escort while Paulie drives the booze back to Salieri's warehouse. Expect heavy resistance, so be aggressive, ram the enemy cars if you have to, and keep the heat off that truck at all costs. Get the shipment home safe, and you'll unlock the trophy, Best Laid Plans.
Saludo!
Saludo!
After some success, Salieri decides it's time to celebrate with a nice meal at his favorite Italian spot, Pepe's Restaurant. But in this business, a quiet dinner is usually a setup. This chapter is called Bon Appetit, and it's the moment the Cold War with Morello officially turns red hot. While you're eating, Morello's goons show up and turn the restaurant into Swiss cheese. Don't just stand there and trade shots from the front, you need to move. Head through the back door to flank the attackers, catch them off guard, and clear the street. Once the dust settles, Salieri realizes his own bodyguard, Carlo, called in sick today for a reason. The Dawn doesn't take betrayal lightly, so you're heading straight to Carlo's apartment to settle the score. A chase on foot breaks out through the tenements. Follow him until he tries to escape up a ladder. Here's a quick tip. Don't wait for him to reach the top. Just shoot him once to bring him down, and let Salieri finish the job. With the traitor dealt with, the war has officially begun, and you'll earn the trophy the day the war began.
You too, Don Morello.
Time to put on your Sunday best, because we're crashing a party in the chapter Happy Birthday. A corrupt counselor named Galati is celebrating on a massive steamboat, and Salieri wants him gone. Your first task is to blend in. Head to the docks and find the unconscious sailor in the bathroom, steal his uniform, and walk right past the guards like you belong there. Once you're on board, you're unarmed, so you'll need to find the janitor in the engine room at the very back of the boat. He's hidden a revolver for you in the second floor bathroom, but before you can grab it, someone recognizes you. Give him a quick beatdown, grab the piece, and head to the vantage point on the third floor. Don't get trigger happy just yet. Wait for the fireworks to start so the noise covers your shots. Take out Galati mid-speech, and then get ready for a shootout as you fight your way down to the second floor. Look for Paulie and Sam in the getaway boat, jump for it, and you'll sail away with the trophy, Death on the Water. They say some people are born under a lucky star, and Sergio Morello is definitely one of them. This chapter is called You Lucky Bastard, and your job is to finally put an end to Morello's younger brother. It starts with a simple plan. Sneak into an alley, plant a car bomb, and wait for the fireworks. But luck is on Sergio's side again, as an innocent lady gets into the car instead. After that disaster, Vinny tips you off that Sergio is hiding at a nearby diner, so you meet with Paulie and Sam and get ready to storm the place. Here is a life-saving tip for your classic playthrough. Before you leave that diner, loot every single body for ammunition. You're going to need every bullet for what's coming next. Once you head outside, Sergio escapes with a car and you're getting on a bike and the chase is on. Don't try to be a hero and get too close. He has a death-accurate aim, and the chase is heavily scripted anyway, so just keep him in your sights until he leads you straight to the docks. The shootout at the docks is arguably one of the hardest combat sections in the entire game on Classic. Take your time, use your pistol to pick off those snipers from a distance, and move cover to cover like your life depends on it, because it does. Fight your way to the train tracks, pull the lever to ram the gate open, and clear the final building to finally corner Sergio. After all that stress, the trophy When God Stops Smiling is finally yours.
You ain't that lucky, bastard.
Wait. No!
The moment we've all been waiting for has finally arrived. It's time to cut the head off the snake in the chapter Creme de la Creme. Morello has been hiding like a rat, but today he's stepped out for a charity event, and he's not going home. As soon as you arrive, the peace is shattered and a high-speed chase breaks out. Tail Morello's car all the way back to the airport, but don't expect a repeat of your last visit. You can't just sprint past the guards this time, so keep your gun ready and shoot your way through the terminal to reach the runway. By the time you get there, Morello is already on his private plane trying to take off. This is the trickiest part on Classic difficulty, because you need to lean out of the car and disable both engines with your Tommy gun. The recoil is insane, so try to fire in short bursts and aim for the smoking turbines. The plane will struggle to stay airborne. Follow it across the countryside until it eventually hits the dirt. Reach the crash site, finish what you started, and with Morello finally out of the picture, you'll earn the trophy, The Day the War Ended.
Jesus Christ.
He knows it now.
Yeah, pal. That'll do it.
Come on. Let's make tracks.
See you on the other side, Marco.
With Morello out of the picture, Salieri is officially the king of Lost Heaven, but heavy is the head that wears the crown. A politician named Turnbull is running for governor on a platform of crushing organized crime, and the Don isn't exactly a fan of his campaign promises. This chapter is called Election Campaign, and it's time for some long-distance diplomacy. Your destination is an abandoned prison, and since the front door is a no-go, you'll have to get your boots dirty in the sewers to sneak inside. Follow the path through the crumbling cell blocks, taking out anyone in your way until you reach the top of the watchtower. Once you're at the nesting spot, you'll find a sniper rifle waiting for you. Take a breath, wait for Turnbull to step up to the podium, and put a permanent end to his political career. Of course, as soon as the shot rings out, the police will swarm the area. Fight your way down, lose the heat in the city streets, and head back to Tommy's house to lay low. Another target down, and the trophy, A View from the Top, is yours.
Probably too late for that.
The war is over, but the business never stops. Salieri has a lead on a shipment of high-end cigars, but he suspects they're just a front for something much more valuable: diamonds. This chapter is called Just for Relaxation. On the way to the docks, Paulie starts pitching a wild idea: an independent bank heist. Tommy and Sam shut him down, fearing the Don's wrath, but the seed is already planted. Once you reach the harbor, your goal is to find a specific truck. As soon as the cutscene ends, hang a left and head straight until you spot the target. Steal the rig, pick up the boys, and fight your way into the warehouse to find the manifest. After you identify the right crates, it's time for a clean getaway. Watch out for police blockades. They're everywhere on Classic, so keep your eyes on the minimap and take the side streets. When you finally get the shipment back to Salieri's, the truth comes out. It wasn't cigars, and it definitely wasn't diamonds. It was drugs. Realizing the Don has been lying to them and putting them in unnecessary danger, Tommy and Paulie decide it's time to look out for themselves. The heist is back on, and the trophy, Into the Lion's Den, is yours. It's time for that one last job, the big score that's supposed to change everything. This chapter is called Moonlighting. You and Paulie are hitting the bank, and you need to move fast before Salieri's men or the cops catch wind of what's happening. Once you're inside, head straight to the second floor to find the manager's office. Now, the game wants you to be a nice guy and escort the manager down to the vault, but we can drop him down straightforward. I didn't do that. Instead, I walked with him downstairs and headed straight to the basement. Open the vault, grab every dollar you can carry, and get ready for a war. You'll have to shoot your way out of the lobby against a swarm of guards and police until you reach your getaway car. Shake the 5-star heat, drive to the safe house to split the loot, and you'll unlock the trophy, that last big score.
See you around, pal.
Everything comes at a price, and for Tommy Angelo, the bill has finally come due. This is the final chapter, the death of art. Tommy heads over to Paulie's place to split the heist money, but instead of a partner, he finds a crime scene.
Paulie. Paulie. Oh, God. Sam.
Paulie is dead, and the phone is ringing. It's Sam, claiming he wanted to warn you that Salieri knows everything. The bank heist, the girl you spared at the brothel, and the fact that Frank is still breathing. He tells you to meet him at the Lost Heaven Art Gallery to get the cash you need to disappear. But as soon as you step inside, the mask falls off. It was Sam who betrayed and killed Paulie to climb the ranks. And now he's here to finish you. This is the final and toughest shootout of the game. You'll have to fight through every room of the gallery, clearing out Salieri's best hitmen until you finally corner Sam on the top floor. After a brutal final confrontation, the cycle of violence ends. With Sam dead, the story of Tommy Angelo reaches its legendary conclusion.
I sympathize with the situation, Tom, and I want to help your family, but I can't do anything unless you're willing to testify in court. You understand that, right? You'll have to sit in that box, stare down Salieri, Ralphie, Vinny, maybe even Sarah's father. I don't know if you got the stones for it, if I'm being honest.
I'll do what needs to be done. But you need to get my family new identities and ship them far away from here.
Well, hold on. There's a long road between us sitting here bumping gums and Sarah sleeping under new stars.
Then I'm sorry I wasted your time. And mine. I gotta get out of town.
Look, Tom. I got a family too. Wife, 4 boys.
All Irish twins.
Yeah. So you know I understand what you're going through. All the worrying over them, the fear that one of them's gonna go before you do. With this case, it'll be one of the biggest this city has ever seen. It could drag on for years, and I don't know if I can protect you for that long, not the way things are downtown.
Everyone's gotta eat, right? Even dirty cops.
Just being honest here, there's a few bodies I can trust downtown, but not many. And if it comes down to you or me taking a bullet, I'm not gonna make my wife a widow. Keeping you alive ain't exactly the moral course, but I'll try.
That's a pretty good sales job. Trying to make me think you got nothing on the line. But this is your whole career right here. However it works out for me, whether I live or die, you get to crack the Morello case and take down a Don. Salieri will be your legacy.
Don't go thinking you know me, Tom. Salieri belongs behind bars. I'll help you so long as you help me put him there. That's all this is.
Then that has to be enough. A long time ago, in another life, someone once told me that family is a man's Achilles heel, his greatest weakness. Maybe he was right. Because everything I've done, both good and bad, I've done for my family. I've turned my back on people they thought were my friends. I've kept a lot of hard promises. I spent 8 years totally alone, trying to find myself so I could come home. A better husband, a better father, a better man. Now that I'm a lot older and just a bit wiser, I see that family is our greatest weakness, but it's also our greatest strength. It gets us out of bed in the morning. It lets us chase our dreams, even when they're moving too fast to catch. It keeps us from falling over when we're too tired to take another step.
Mr. Angelo.
Yes.
Mr. Salieri sends his regards.
Tommy! That's okay. You're safe now. You're all safe. Remember that money, jobs, even best pals will come and go. But family is forever.
With the story behind us and Tommy's legend cemented, it's time for stage 2, the cleanup. From the main menu, jump into free ride mode. This is where the world of Lost Heaven truly opens up, letting you explore every alley and countryside road without any mission objectives breathing down your neck. Our first stop is a very simple one, the Car Enthusiast Trophy. You might have even unlocked this naturally during the story, but if not, here's how you do it. Just walk up to any parked car on the street, and instead of smashing the window, hold down on the D-pad to lockpick it. Do this for 5 different vehicles, and you're done. It's a quick, silent, and unmissable way to kick off your road to the platinum. Time to play nice with the law for a change. The next trophy on our list is Lined Pockets, and it's arguably the most polite interaction you'll ever have with the police. You can do this at any time, but Free Ride is the perfect place for it. All you need to do is get their attention without starting a war, speed right past a patrol car, or give someone a little fender bender until you see that single blue star and the fine indicator on your minimap. Once they pull you over, don't run and definitely don't reach for your gun. Just stop the car, wait for the officer to walk up, and press the prompt to get out. An animation will play where Tommy opens his wallet and pays the fine like a law-abiding citizen. As soon as the transaction is done, the trophy is yours, and you're free to go back to your life of crime. Now, let's talk about a real speed demon, the Bolt Ace. This trophy is called That Motor Can Move, which is a bit of an overstatement considering this car has the horsepower of a lawnmower. If you didn't grab this during the Molotov Party chapter, don't worry, just head to your garage in Free Ride and pull out this vintage masterpiece. To hit 50 miles per hour, you're going to need gravity on your side, because the engine alone won't do it. Drive over to any slope road and head toward the downhill slope. Put your foot to the floor, keep the steering wheel straight, and let the decline do the work for you. Once the speedometer ticks past 50, the trophy will pop. Just try not to hit a pole, or Tommy might fly straight back to the 1920s. Time to become the ultimate car thief by tracking down the 5 hidden vehicles of Lost Heaven. To start this hunt in Free Ride, you first need the clues. Near the Giuliani Bridge, enter the office and grab all 5 postcards from the wall. These cards are essential, and collecting them is also mandatory for your 100% completion. Once you have the cards, head to the first secret location to find your first car. The moment you track down that first hidden ride, you'll unlock the trophy on the trail. Don't stop there, continue to the remaining 4 locations marked on the postcards, break into the garages, and add those rare beauties to your collection. After you've successfully recovered all 5 secret vehicles, you'll bag the main trophy, Car Thief number 1. As you explore Lost Heaven, you'll naturally start building your fleet of vintage rides. There are 38 vehicles in the game, but you only need 30 to unlock the rare trophy, Motor Museum. The best part? You don't even have to drive them back to your garage manually. Just hop into the driver's seat of any new car you see, and it's automatically saved to your collection. You'll likely hit the 15 car mark, quite the collection, just by playing through the story. To find the rest, remember that different districts spawn different tiers of cars. Head to the Works Quarter for trucks and utility vehicles, or cruise through Central Island if you're looking for high-end luxury coupes. If you found the 5 hidden cars earlier, those count too, and if you own Mafia 2 or 3, those bonus vehicles will give you a massive head start. Sit in 30 unique rides and you've officially cleared the Motor Museum. Now, let's talk about the most iconic collectibles in the game, the cigarette cards. This collection is called Gangsters of the United States, and you'll likely start this journey very early. Your first card, Family History, is almost impossible to miss. You'll find it sitting on a table inside Salieri's bar right at the start of Mission 3, Molotov Party. To complete the full set, you'll need to track down all 22 cards. 17 of these are hidden within specific story chapters, from the back rooms of the airport to the luxury rooms of the Corleone Hotel. If you missed any during your first playthrough, don't worry, you can jump back into any chapter via Chapter Select to grab them. The final 5 cards are waiting for you in Free Ride, scattered across the city in spots like the Lighthouse or the Key in North Park. Once you've hunted down every single legendary mobster on these cards, you'll unlock the rare trophy Full Set. It's a nice trip down memory lane, and a must-have for the Platinum. Grab the Haverly Tomahawk bike from your garage and head to any street. Hold both the handbrake and gas to rev the engine to the max. Then release the brake and pull back on the stick. Keep that front wheel up for 3 seconds to bag the Stunt Rider trophy. Just try to land it in one piece. If you thought the cigarette cards were a challenge, wait until you see the lending library. There are a massive 80 pulp magazines scattered throughout Lost Heaven, and they're split into 4 iconic categories: Dime Detective, Black Mask, Super Science Stories, and Terror Tales. You'll likely pick up your very first one and unlock the Pulp Fiction trophy during Mission 4, Ordinary Routine. But to get the rare trophy, you'll need to complete the full set of 20 for each category. Here is the breakdown you need to know. First, the Dime Detectives. All 20 of these are found strictly within the story chapters, so if you're in Free Ride, don't bother looking for them. Next, we have the Black Mask magazines. 8 of these are hidden in the story, while the remaining 12 are waiting for you in Free Ride. Then, the Super Science Stories. You'll find 7 during the main missions and 13 scattered across the map in Free Ride. Finally, the Terror Tales. 5 are tucked away in the story, and the other 15 are out there in the open world. This is a massive scavenger hunt, and since so many are tied to specific missions, Chapter Select is going to be your best friend. Keep your eyes peeled for that familiar glow on desks, crates, and back alleys. Once you've stacked all 80 issues on your shelf, you'll officially be the most well-read mobster in town, with the lending library trophy to prove it. This time, we're not playing by the rules. To get the Not Taken In trophy, head into Free Ride and commit a crime, like running over a pedestrian right in front of a cop. You need 2 blue stars and the handcuff icon on your minimap. Pull over, stay in the car, and let the officer approach. Once the arrest animation starts, watch the screen closely for a button prompt. Hit it immediately to headbutt the officer and make your break for it. As soon as you resist, the trophy pops. Now get out of there before they start shooting. Ready for some real chaos? This is Heat from the Cops. You can do this in Free Ride by going on a rampage until you hit 5 blue stars. Once you have the full heat, the key is to break their line of sight. Find a fast car, use the side alleys, and look for that eye icon on your minimap. Once the stars start blinking, lay low and don't let any patrol cars spot you. When the heat completely vanishes, the trophy is yours. Time to wrap up your reading list with the Gangsters Monthly Comics. There are 10 of these in total. Like the other collections, these are split right down the middle. You will find 4 of these comics hidden within the story chapters, and the remaining 6 are scattered across the map in Free Ride. Picking up your very first copy will unlock Comic Violence, but you'll need all 10 to bag the rare trophy Picture Book Connoisseur. Once that's done, and if you've already finished the cigarette cards and the 80 pulp magazines, you'll automatically trigger the big one, the whole story. This is the ultimate milestone for any completionist in Lost Heaven. Grab those last few issues and let's close the book on this collection. And finally, we have the most elusive collectibles in Lost Heaven, the mysterious foxes. There are 50 of these little wooden statues hidden throughout the game, and they like to hide in the most random places. Here is the split. You'll find only 5 during the story missions, while the remaining 45 are scattered all over the map in Free Ride. Just find your first one to unlock Mystery Fox Discovered, but to achieve Mystery Fox domination, you'll need to follow the white fox graffiti on walls. They usually point you exactly where to look. Scour the back alleys, climb those ladders, and collect all 50 to finish your collection once and for all. After the blood, the sweat, and that nightmare of a race on classic difficulty, there it is. With the last Mystery Fox collected and every story chapter mastered, the final pop. From the streets of Little Italy to the top of the Lost Heaven Art Gallery, Tommy Angelo's journey is officially complete. If this guide helped you conquer the city and add this rare platinum to your collection, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel for more trophy runs. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Salieri sends his regards.